Let's start. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here today with us for this PrivaTime webinar. It's a real pleasure to have you. Thank you for your time. I hope your friends, families, colleagues are doing fine during this quite competitive period. I'm Stan Peroma, co-founder of PrivaTime. You have here with me today Thomas Schmidlin, head of sales, here based in our offices in Zurich. And you have my Brazilian co-founder, Artur Bosch.
Hi guys, thanks for coming, pleasure to be here. Só recadinho para os meus amigos e clientes e contatos no Brasil. Ainda que a apresentação de hoje seja toda em inglês, logo a gente vai repetir e vamos ter muitos webinars mais em português falando de vários assuntos. Mas obrigado desde já pela presença de vocês.
Igual en español. Este webinar lo estamos haciendo en inglés, obviamente, porque tenemos gente de Europa, gente de Norteamérica. Luego haremos unos webinars en español exclusivamente a partir de enero, febrero, con mucho gusto. Gracias y good ride. Entonces, ahora sigamos con el inglés. Since 2014, PrivaTime mission is to remove the mystery of the customized investment industry, what we also call the structured product. And we are democratizing the best we can its access to family offices, private banks, financial advisors around the world. This is our mission today. So we will experiment today the journey of one of you guys, wealth manager, who wish to find and buy the best structured products for his own final clients and investors. Okay, so we will start with Thomas here, who will check with you our coupon barometer, which is a unique feature that we developed very recently. It's quite unique. It will allow you to take, I would say, the market weather, so structured product market weather for the coupon product. You will see. We will also continue with Thomas, and we will see how to compare 11 issuers, 11 investment banks in less than 2 minutes. I mean, I'm talking about their prices. So we're not talking about Skyscanner for the flight going to New York, but we're here talking about structured product, how to compare them in less than 2 minutes. And we will continue with Arturo. We will see how to digest all this huge and numerous information that you can have with a structured product portfolio, and how to digest this in one place, one easy, simple place, so you can properly monitor it. This webinar is going to last around 25 minutes, and then we will continue with some Q&A, some questions. So please, it's confidential. You can start asking questions right now. We will keep it, and we'll answer at the end of this webinar. So how to become a structured product crack? I mean, let's face it, most of you are already experts in this area, and no doubt about this. Still, our mission today is going to empower you even more with PARity unique capabilities. So now let's connect to myparity.com, and let's start this wealth manager typical journey with Thomas, who is going to start this.
Merci, Stan. Thanks a lot for the introduction. So what you will see now are the latest development results which we implemented in PARity, and are, from my point of view, unique in the entire market and will help you to enhance the daily business with structured products. Together with Artur Bosch, I will guide you now through PARity and show you in a video as a teaser only a very small selection of helpful features which are pretty self-explanatory. Normally, as Stan mentioned, I'm the head of sales at PrivaTime, but during this webinar, I would like to change slightly my role. So for a couple of minutes, I put now myself in your shoes and try to follow the process a bit like an investment manager or a client advisor. So let us assume it is early in the morning, I have a cup of coffee. I read the Financial Times as every morning. Let us also assume I find an interesting article about, for example, Amazon stock, which seems to have an attractive level from a stock valuation point of view. Or even better, I find it in PARity in the Discover section, as you can see here. Now the question we all have all the time, we have the fundamental stock recommendations, but are these stock recommendations also interesting from an option price parameters point of view, like volatility, estimated dividend yield, and so on? I would like to find it out together with you. This is why Privatam invented the Cooper Barometer, which I would say is very unique in the market. So here in the Cooper Barometer, I can compare out of more than 200 underlyings a standardized pricing of a one-year single barrier reverse convertible with a 75% European barrier, sorted by industry sectors, as you can see on the video. We decided to keep it simple. It is actually comparable with, I would say, a volatility tableau, but it is much more specific since it shows the final result for our product, which is the coupon, hence the yield, whereas volatility might not give you necessarily the same correct indication. It shows you precisely how your preferred shares are warming up in terms of yield and if it is a good entry point or not. So you see, sorted by sectors, sorted by indices, and you see here also the respective shares. You can see it illustrates also on the graph which shares would contribute how much in terms of yield to structured products. So I choose now my preferred stocks, including Amazon, compare the actual pricing with the history. But let us assume I'm not entirely happy yet with the current levels. Hence, what I can do now, I can set an alert for the selected stock. You see, here I can set an alert. So 2 days later, I receive a final notification that my limits are reached, and I would like to price now a product in form of a multi-barrier reverse convertible or a reversed off barrier reverse convertible. How can I do this? Now I want to price the combination and see what will be the coupon for the product. I use obviously for this the PrivaPricer, which offers you several different payoffs and product types. So let me quickly fill it in. I'm now on the pricer. And as you can see, it prices and shows the result. I have the pricing result delivered immediately by several issuers. And I do think the product might be of interest for one of my clients. I can now decide to produce a fact sheet. I can easily produce it in PARity. So I set my coupon, which I want to have on the fact sheet. And I can generate it and also choose by several languages. And I think very important to know for you, I can even white label the fact sheet and also the entire PARity look and feel with my own corporate identity if wished so. So I produced a fact sheet. And I'm now about to propose this product to the client. And we also look together at the embedded backtest, which is on the second page of the fact sheet. Let us assume the client is now very interested, but he asked me to observe if the product conditions might eventually improve in the next couple of days. So how can I do this? What is the best way to observe it? Again, you can easily do it with PARity. So I simply set here my target coupon and the date until I want to observe it. PARity will now reprice on a daily basis overnight my coupon limit. Let me repeat to summarize. With the coupon barometer, you can compare current deals of more than 200 single underlyings, sorted by industry sectors. You can set alert for selected stocks and get notified when certain levels of the coupons are reached. You can price the product in PrivaPricer and get indicative pricings of up to 11 issuers. You can as well set alert for these pricings and receive a notification in case the levels are reached. So these simple innovations are completely new in the market, and as far as I know, never seen before in any other independent platform. So since my product is now live, and since I booked it, I can find it in the PARity My Follow section, where I can track the life cycle management of all my products. Arthur Bausch, partner of PrivaPricer, will now explain to you in detail how the calendar will help you. Arthur, please.
Thanks a lot, Thomas. So I have 3 objectives today. Hopefully, I'm going to show you how to find your products and never lose track of everything that is happening around these positions. I wanted to show how PARity can help you analyze products on an individual level. And finally, I would like to show how PARity has now, and this is the main new feature, allows you to analyze your whole portfolio. So as Thomas has already mentioned, we have now moved to the pillar of PARity, which is called Follow. Follow has everything to do with understanding, tracking, making sense of your investments. And we're going to start off with the calendar. The calendar is a monitor which lists all the products, and these are sorted by the proximity to the next event. So if I see a product appearing on the top of the list, as you're seeing here, this line highlighted, it means I should care about it. There's something going to happen. This could be many things. It could be an observation for a coupon. It can be an observation for an early redemption, or even the final maturity. And all these things are customizable. So you have filters at the top, which allows you to decide in which way you want to track your products. Now, what I'm going to do next is probably one of the most important things I wanted to draw your attention to. Notice how on the left-hand side of the screen, I'm going to select client A. And going back to Thomas's journey, I want you to assume that the client for whom he had traded this product was precisely this client A. So we're going to click on it. And from the moment we click on client A, everything else you see on PARity, whether it's the calendar or other features, will be automatically readjusted to only show products, positions, trades pertaining to this client. So now I have reloaded the calendar, and the product that I see on the third line is the product that Thomas had traded for us. I want you now to assume that some months have passed since this investment was made, and I want to know how the product is performing, perhaps in preparation for a meeting I'm going to have with the client. So I'm going to click on this product, and this is going to load the products page within PARity. It is a very complete page. It brings me, of course, the terms and conditions set out on the term sheet and the trade, such as the issuer, the ISIN, the maturity, the barrier, the coupon. Unfortunately, we won't have time to go through all the features. I just want to highlight some of the most important ones. So now we are on the life cycle tab, as highlighted here. And as the name implies, this is the part that helps you make sense of the life of the product. So in this specific case, 3 coupon observations have already taken place. And in all cases, those coupons have been paid as indicated by the green ticks. And of course, I have the next event, so the future events that I should be tracking. We also have a tab which is called Trades. This is a repository of all the trades, whether buy or sells, that have happened on the securities. I also have the ability to track the settlement status of all trades. And we have a page called Performance. This is something perhaps still not very widely used, but I personally like a lot for the simple reason that, as you know, structured products can often have mark-to-markets that deviate substantially from par. So you'll see products trading at 110, you'll see products trading at 90%, which will not necessarily tell you the full picture. By looking at this simple chart, you can very visually understand how much the product is actually worth from an intrinsic level point of view. So the green ball on the payoff chart is showing how much the client would receive at these levels at maturity. In other words, if the product was to be redeemed today, tomorrow, how much would he get back? And in this case, the answer is 100% because the share of Intel is obviously above the barrier. Simple, but very importantly, I have all the documents linked to this trade. So the fact sheet, the term sheet, if there are any corporate actions that have taken place on this underlines, I know I'm always going to find it here. In other words, I know that I'm always going to have updated information about these products here. So I have now, as the wealth manager, understood the product. I know how it is going, but I want to put this together into a friendly and easy to understand product report that I can share with my client. I can choose the language, as you're seeing here, and just with a couple of clicks, I can generate this PDF. Important to mention that this PDF can come in your branding for those of you who have opted or will opt to use the white labeled version of PARity if you wanted to strengthen and highlight your branding towards your clients. And this can be easily printed out, taken to a physical meeting, or sent via email to the client. And it contains all the information we had already seen on the product page. So we have now kept track of our products. We have analyzed the product from an individual perspective. Now, as I said before, I want to show you how you would go about understanding, analyzing your client's portfolio as a whole. So I'm still on the follow pillar of PARity, and I'm going to move to the function called your consolidated portfolio. Before I do that, notice how on the left-hand side of the screen, I still have client A selected. So as I load this feature, this is still going to be catering to product A's positions, as you're seeing here. Now, this is the newest addition to the portfolio analysis that I wanted to share with you. And it's probably the graph I like the most because it's going to give you probably the 2 most important figures you might be looking for in one. The questions are, how much does my client A currently hold in structured notes? This is given by the highlighted vertical bar. So as I see here, at the moment, he has something between 3 and 4 million. I can click on it and see precisely which products that corresponds to. I can go back in time and see how much they have in December 2018. I click on the respective bar, and that's going to load me and show precisely the products he had back then. The dotted line, on the other hand, shows me P&L, so his profits since inception. Again, I can click on any of these dots and see at that given month how much coupons came in, and if there were any redemptions, whether final maturity or early observations, I will be able to see that as well. As we move into the future, you will also have the ability to see expected cash flows. Of course, we assume constant levels, and that's why the notional invested is assumed to trickle down, obviously because the products arrive to their maturities. As new investments are made, this will be automatically updated as well. So here, I'm just going to highlight how you have the granular view as you click on any of these chart points. As we move forward, there is a multitude of metrics and analysis that you would have, such as issuers exposure. So what are the issuers I have used most for my client A, and perhaps the ones I want to avoid for my future trades. My custodian distribution, so where my client A currently holds his structured notes. I have, for those using credit-linked products, their exposures to credit references. I have a metric of default probability. As we continue, you're going to see exposures to underlyings, to sectors, maturity profiles. So how much of my portfolio is due to mature in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. A barrier profile, so what proportion of my products still have a protection of 20%, 30%, 40%. Price profile, what proportion of my portfolio is currently trading above 100%, between 90% and 100%, and so on. So again, now me as a wealth manager, I have analyzed, I have understood how my client's portfolio is doing, and I want to put this together into a report that is hopefully easy to share and to understand by my client. And this is what I'm going to do now. With just a couple of clicks, I generate the PDF. The PDF can also come with your branding for those wishing to have this ability. I have the possibility of adding some commentary at the top of this report. So if I want to put the portfolio's performance into a market perspective for my client, I have the ability to do so. The report is going to bring all those metrics we had already seen on the main page. And very importantly, at the very bottom, I'm going to have an exclusive list of all products live. So products that my client is currently holding, as well as products that might have already matured. So everyone wishing to carry out an audit on all these positions is going to find absolutely all the information on this report. This was my bit. I hopefully, even if I didn't have a lot of time to go into all the features, I've been able to give you a little teaser of what PARity can do for you. Hopefully this is gonna sound also very pertinent, as many of you are preparing to sit down with your clients and show their performances. And I'm gonna hand back the word to my colleague Stan now.
Muito obrigado, Arturo. Fala, doutor, fantástico. Now I really hope that you felt empowered by what we have seen today. Okay, we have seen again with Thomas the market weather for coupon products. We have seen with Thomas how to compare again so many banks, so many issuers in 11 issuers in few minutes. I can still tell you that in many countries, Switzerland, where Thomas is based, this is quite a revolutionary project also. It's a worldwide revolution to be able to have in 2 seconds so many information. And We saw also today with Arturo how to consolidate also this big information. So I hope it will help you to make smarter decisions, empowered decisions, and to invest in a much simpler way on this amazing customized investment. At PrivaTam, we believe in a customer experience based on the best technologies, but also on the best experts, on human experts, as a combination, as a proper combo to better serve you with you and your client. This is, I would say, what we have built is like a PrivaTam ecosystem, so we really feel empowered in making decisions. So PARity is very powerful. Today we have been experimenting like a very clear journey of one case of a wealth manager wishing to find again the best product and to book it and to buy it and book it. Then PARity is very powerful. So I invite you to book a one-to-one demo with your dedicated expert at PrivaTam. If you don't have any, please contact us at hello@myparity.com. We'll be very happy to attend you. So, and it will be available in 5 to 6 languages like PARity. I also invite you to follow our adventures in LinkedIn. And maybe now, Arturo, it's time to go to the Q&As.
Oh, that'd be great.
Great. So are you ready to answer?
Yeah, I'll do my best.
Great. Please keep posting some questions. We have received many questions. I also saw some friends coming from here, Panama and Uruguay, also posted some questions here. Let's start with what is the cost of PARity?
PARity is free. We make it available to all our esteemed clients. It is an added service given by PrivaTam. And what's more, there is no hidden agenda. So we can upload products that our clients have bought from other providers, because we believe in the importance of our clients being able to monitor all the investments in one single place.
Okay, actually I have a question that is quite similar, so I will ask it also. Can I see bid-ask last price, so mark to market, from other products that I have in my portfolio bought outside PrivaTam?
Yes. Provided we can establish a price feed for the products that you have bought previously, and in 99% of the cases this is fully achievable, you have all the information within PARity as well.
I have another question that is quite similar, so I will continue before going to other type of questions. Do you have the obligation to work with PrivaTam?
No, but you're welcome to do so. There is no obligation. As I mentioned before, there is no hidden agenda. Of course, we have the hope that with PARity, our clients will see the benefits of being served by us. But we want, first and foremost, it's part of our mission statement to empower and make our clients' lives easier. And by doing that, they will naturally prefer to work with us. I hope so, at least.
Quickly add here something. I feel like I need to. So obviously we really have to hope that you are going to collaborate, because you would miss something. As Stan pointed out before, we believe in both, in the hybrid model, having a very, very excellent platform on one hand side, but we also have fantastic experts on the other hand side, which will combine both together jointly to your advantages. So definitely it would make sense to collaborate with us.
There is another question also linked to this same subject. So it seems that it's our guests are quite interested in this subject. It's how can I upload my term sheet, and can I include a competition term sheet?
Yes, products bought from other providers can certainly be uploaded. There is a section within PARity that allows you to upload the term sheets, but you are also welcome to send us an email with those term sheets. In addition to that, for clients wishing to have the ability that I've just highlighted during my short presentation of seeing the distribution of clients and custodians, it would be great to, in addition of having the term sheets, also having the client codes. We do not want any names, obviously. We don't need to know the underlying investors' names. So we normally use a code which is easily identifiable for our clients, along with their custodian distribution. This allows our clients to be able to obviously generate reports like I did previously.
Let's take this question from Nicaragua. Hello, Nicaragua. ¿Cómo estáis? How can we have access to the video version of this amazing meeting? Thank you very much. Please.
We will send you the link to the recorded webinar, and we'll be with you anytime.
Can I set alert for my outstanding product? So basically, I think it is talking about the product that the wealth manager have from the past in his own PARity. So can he set alert for the product he's bringing for the first time to PrivaTime, basically, I think.
Yes, he certainly can. And we are working on future capabilities in terms of alerts and what we call opportunities, which will allow clients to even better track the performance of the product. So for example, if a underlying is about to breach a barrier, if there's been a very relevant daily move in a given underlying, if a product is approaching maturity and there's a risk that it's going to be below the barrier, all sorts of, or even things like the mark to market of my product has pretty much reached the maximum the product could pay at maturity. Does it make sense to consider unwinding the position, thus realizing the profit and eliminating further risks? So we are working on all these sorts of alerts and opportunities.
Question from Chile here. How can I have a white label version of PARity?
Very easy. All we need is a high definition, so high quality image of your logo, and our IT team is going to do the rest.
Okay, we have a similar question. It's for the how can I upload my timesheet, I think. Right, you already answered. Basically, we're just contacting me first. Okay, and let's finish with one question. Let's take last because we cannot answer to all the questions. I think we have like some nice answers here. And please don't hesitate to contact us at hello@myparity.com if you have other questions for the one-to-one demo. We will be able to answer to any questions. Maybe this one. What are the next development plans for PARity and for PrivaTime?
Oh, that's a difficult one to answer because there's so much in store. PARity is fully developed in-house, which is a great thing because it gives us a lot of flexibility. We can take it in any direction we want. It is also a tested system. It's been in use from its very humble origins back in 2014 to this version that we have shown you today. And this is the result of a constant development with a lot of input and feedback from the users, from our clients. So we hope that this interactive development will continue to take place. We have some ideas of our own. We definitely want to put major emphasis on the content generation. So everything that has to do with research, idea generations, we want to put a lot of emphasis in the education, capacitation of our clients. So watch this space.
Okay, actually, I'm just to share that we are receiving many encouragement messages. That's very kind. Thank you so much, guys. At the end of the day, we are entrepreneurs. We are passionate people here working to simplify your life. So it's amazing to see all this encouragement and people just taking off your private time to attend this meeting. Thank you so much. I wish you happy holidays to everybody.